Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at Homelander from The Boys by Medicom toy MAFEX. The Boys are a great show, I truly enjoy it, and even though I have this figure for some time, with the new season of the show being out, I thought this would be a great time to check out this figure and see if it's good or not. So first, let's take a quick look at the packaging. It's a standard MAFEX box with the logo down here, a nice promo shot of the figure. We see the window, we see the figure with some of the accessories inside. On the top of the box it just says The Boys. On the side we have Homelander. Other side it says The Boys, and we see Homelander with his angry face. On the back of the box we see some nice promo shots of the figure, and we see that Homelander here is number 151 in the MAFEX line. On the bottom side of the box a bunch of legalese. So now let's open up the packaging and let's take a look at the figure. So here is Homelander out of the box, and right away we can see that the silhouette looks nice, the proportions look really good, the colors also look correct, and so we can jump in right away and take a look at the details. Here is a look at the head, and yeah, I think that the likeness to the actor is there. This is his neutral face. He comes with a few alternate head sculpts, we'll get to that, but yeah, on this one I feel like this is a great 1/12 representation of the character as we see him in the show. The skin tone looks really good, the details like the eyes and the lips are well painted, the hair as well. Sculpt is nice, and there is a little bit of wash, so those sculpted hair details are popping out. Here is the collar that has some nice details on it. The suit has its texture, and this chest part can be removed because there is an alternate chest piece that is included here. These eagles on the shoulders are nicely sculpted, and the paint has that kind of metallic finish, so they do look shiny. They are on a hinge, so they do move a little bit out of the way when you articulate the arms. The gloves look really good with all of these shiny details on them. And then here is the fist. The belt also looks nice with this nicely sculpted buckle, and then the legs, and this texture goes throughout the whole suit. And then here are his boots with the same symbol from the belt. The boots also look really nice with sculpted wrinkles here, and there is a little bit of dry brushing so that it's not just a flat red color. Here is the back of the figure with his American flag cape. This part with the stars is a plastic piece, and the rest of it is soft goods, and it is fully wired. The wire goes through all the edges on both sides and down here as well. The stitching is really nice, and the wire is really sturdy, so it gives you more posing options, which is something that I always like, I always prefer. So now, when we saw the details, let's take a look at his accessories. As with all MAFEX figures, you get this certifying genuine product piece of paper that guarantees that you have the original figure. You also get a MAFEX stand that requires some assembly. He comes with a mentioned alternate chest part with this flap being pulled down, as you can see in comparison. He comes with two alternate heads, and this is the first one. It is his smiling head, and if you watched the show, then you know how sinister this smile really is, and I think that this one maybe has the best likeness to the actor. I really love this head sculpt. I think that they really did a great job on this one. And then we have the third head, and it is his angry expression head with red eyes glowing, and you can see that even his hair is a bit messed up. It's not like on these two heads. You have this part like going across his forehead. Yeah, it's just an angry expression with open mouth, and the tongue and the teeth are also really well sculpted and painted. It's a shame that this guy didn't came with some kind of laser blast effect that could be attached to the head, or even if it's just a separate effect that can be posed on some kind of small stand piece. That's something that MAFEX does from time to time, but nevertheless this head sculpt looks amazing, and yeah, Really great job. And then he comes with few pairs of interchangeable hands. On the figure you already get fisted hands, then you get a pair of thumbs up hands, a pair of finger pointing hands, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of more open hands, and a pair of like holding, choking hands. Let's now take a look at his articulation. The head is on a standard neck joint that we usually see with these MAFEX figures, so it does lean side to side, it can rotate 360, he can look down this much, up this much. As I already said, these eagles are on a hinge, so they do get out of the way a little bit when you articulate the arms, but they do still hinder the arms movement a little bit, so this is how much they can go out. You can cheat it by turning the arms in other direction and get a better range like this. But just be careful because these things tend to pop off the hinges. It's not a big deal, you can always put them back, but just be careful not to lose them, you know. We also have a nice butterfly joint and a drop down for the arms. The arms rotate 360, we get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, a swivel in the wrist, and the standard MAFEX pec joint that rotates in any direction. In the torso you get two cuts, one is up here and one is behind the belt, so you can use both of them or just one, however you want, and you get side to side tilt, rotation, you can crunch forward this much, back this much, we have a wired cape, a drop down hip, and the legs move forward this much, back this much, out this much. There is a little bit of swivel in the hips. We have double jointed knee, ankle swivel, feet move forward only this much, back this much. We have a toe joint and a nice ankle pivot. So now let's compare Homelander with some other figures. Here he is with MAFEX Butcher and Nota Studio Nota Man with custom soft goods. Here he is with Star Wars The Black Series B1 Battle Droid and Imperial Stormtrooper. Here he is with the newest MAFEX Mandalorian and MAFEX Comic Suit Spider-Man. And finally, here he is with MAFEX Dark Knight Returns Superman and Batman. And so my final thoughts about this figure are that this is another great MAFEX release. The likeness to the character is great, the figure is sturdy, the joints feel good, the overall articulation is great, so this figure is really fun for posing. Even the cape is wired, which is something that I always appreciate. The only minus for me are the shoulder eagles that can easily fall off the hinges if you are not careful when moving the arms. But other than that, the rest of the figure is fantastic. The number of accessories is also good. Alternate hands with different gestures and 3 interchangeable heads with different face expressions. All of it is really good. Maybe they could have included some kind of a laser beam that can be attached to his eyes, as I said. That would make this release even better. But even without it, this is a fantastic release and it's a strong recommendation on my part. Now I would love to hear you guys. What do you think about this figure? Do you have it in your collection or do you maybe plan on getting it? I got this guy from Miami, so if you want him, go check out their store, maybe they still have him in stock. Anyway, share your thoughts down in the comment section. I've already tested the articulation of this figure and a posing video is coming up on the channel after this review, so stay tuned for that, and when you see it, let me know your thoughts about the poses. I always love to hear your feedback. As always, a special thank you goes out to my Patreon supporters who are helping me to keep the channel alive. And to all the rest of you guys who are watching, thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see ya in the next video.